Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Yes, for today's video, I will be giving you tips on how to prepare for an audition. Before I jump to the video, I want to introduce myself. If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Abby Sulit. I am a freelance theater actor in the Philippines. So this channel is all about makeup and theater-related things, two of the things I'm very passionate about. So if you like beauty-related things or theater-related things, please make sure to subscribe and to hit that like button. So just a bit of background about myself. I was the assistant musical director for Breakups and Breakdowns, Bear, and company called Blue Rep's 20th anniversary. I was the musical director for Summer Camp, Stages of Love, Addams Family, Shared Spaces, Rent, Theory of Relativity, and Bring It On. I co-directed Bring It On with Franco Ramos. I was also the artistic director of Ateneo Blue Repertory back in 2012 to 2013. Currently, I'm also a vocal coach and MD for various summer workshops. So let's jump into the tips, shall we? Alright, tip number 1. Before the auditions, make sure to find out the audition requirements. Do they require you to sing? Do they require you to dance? To do a monologue? You have to know these things so you come in prepared. Also check if they have picture requirements. Some companies have 4-hour picture requirements or 5-hour picture requirements. Sometimes they want a headshot or a half body shot or a full body shot. Make sure to check. Lastly, check if they're asking you to bring a resume. It's always handy to have one with you when you go to auditions. You want to make sure that your resume is updated. So what I mean by that is not just the shows that you've done, but also the information about you, like how they contact you. Make sure the number is correct and the email is correct. You don't want to have the wrong information. Trust me, you're going to be sad if you found out you passed but you didn't know because you put in the wrong number or the wrong email address. So make sure your resume is updated. Tip number 2. Know what you're auditioning for. I cannot emphasize this enough. Guys, you have to research what you're auditioning for. I actually have a story about this. Back in college, I auditioned for hair. I didn't know what hair was about. Me dum-dum. But yes, I auditioned for hair. I don't know the show. I don't know the story. I don't even know the basic synopsis of the show. I just auditioned because I loved performing and I wanted to get into a show. I'm just being honest, guys. I auditioned and I didn't know what it was about. So I got in the show and oh my gosh, nudity and stuff. I died. But yes, so make sure to do your research. Most of the songs are in Spotify. Check it out. Make sure you listen to all the songs. Read the synopsis. If you can, read the script. That's way better. So you understand what the story is about. If you can, watch the bootleg. I mean, it's a plus if you know the show, what it looks like, the dances, and all that. Tip number 3. Find a character you want to play. Some people would say don't limit yourself to just one character. You want to be diverse, you want to be casted as whoever, you want to be casted in multiple roles. But personally, I feel like if you have a character you want to play, you'll have a goal. And when you have a goal, I believe that everyone wants to achieve that goal. So you will work hard for it. So my personal tip is to find a role you like. Dream big. But of course, you have to understand that there are limitations. Rarely are roles gender bent, unless otherwise specified. So I have a story. There was this show I musically directed back in college. It's called Stages of Love. And there's this one role who was meant to be played by a guy. But there's this girl who was really good. Hi, Frankie, if you're watching. And we just thought that she would be the best fit for the role. So we actually gender bent the role. Also, if you know the character you're gunning for, you'll know if that character is serious, if the character is funny, etc. So you know what kind of songs to sing or what kinds of monologues to say, which leads to the preparation for the auditions. So tip number 4. Find a song that's in theme with the show. Try not to sing the songs from the show unless specified by the company. If you have a hard time finding a song, companies generally tell you the theme of the songs that you have to sing. But just in case that they don't, find a song that is of the same genre. So now we're going to mix some of the tips that I said. When finding a song, you want to go back to the character that you're gunning for. You have to know the voice classification of the character you're auditioning for. So tip number 5. This is actually a sub-category? Sub-tip? I have no idea. Anyway, when you find a song, make sure it showcases your range. You want it short enough, but it'll showcase the moneymaker. Now guys, I will have a separate video for each voice category on the audition songs I feel are good for sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses, and songs that you shouldn't sing when you're on those categories. So I'll have a separate video for that. But here in this video, I want you to know you have to find a song that's 16 to 32 bars long that showcases your range. Tip number 6. If you can, if you have enough time, take classes before the auditions. You can take singing classes, vocal coaching, you can take dance classes, especially if you're not a dancer. I am not a dancer, but make sure to hone your craft. Make sure to hone your skills. I believe that it's a continuous process of learning. You know, learning never stops, even if you're a professional theater actor. So you have to keep honing those skills. Learn new things. It's always nice to discover new things. So this connects me to another tip. I don't know if I should make it tip number 7, but okay, this is tip number 7. In connection to that, like for example, I am not a dancer. And I am going to, for example, audition for a show that's a little bit heavy on the dancing. Before the actual auditions, I stretch. I burped. Before the actual auditions, I stretch every day. So that's what I do prior my auditions. Every day I would stretch. A good friend of mine, Micah, taught me how to stretch well so that I would learn how to split. And guys, I learned how to split. So if I can do it, you can do it. So let's move on to tip number 8. This is actually under the category of singing. Again, guys, I'm a musical director, so most of the tips are actually based on my perspective as a musical director. So when you have your song, you want to memorize the entire song. Why is that? I know sometimes people would say, oh, just study 16 to 32. But come on, let's be real. Let's go the extra mile and learn the entire song. Some companies will surprise you and say, can you sing the entire song? Yes, sometimes they do that. But that's very rare. But it's nice to know the entire song. If you want to sing in a cabaret, you can add that to your repertoire, So make sure to master the song. Try not to copy the singer, guys. Try not to copy a certain singer like Shakira. I don't know why I said Shakira, but yes, try not to copy Shakira. Try not to copy Celine Dion or whoever iconic singer is there. Be yourself. You have your own voice, and that's what we want to hear. That's what I personally love hearing. I love hearing someone's natural voice. You know, you add your own life to the song, you add your own character to the song. So that's what I personally like as a musical director. And I'm sure most musical directors out there would agree with me. So, just a disclaimer, guys, I am not a dancer, I am a mover. So, tip number 9. So, let's go on to dance auditions. Now, usually for dance auditions, they would want you to dance your own movement piece. So, make sure you come in prepared. Don't just wing it on the day itself. Guys, I have seen this countless of times when people just wing it when they go to auditions, and when it's dance auditions they just do whatever, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna stretch, I'm going to whatever. It may work for some people because they're dancers, but for people like me, I am not a dancer. Prepare beforehand. If you're really desperate, you can go on YouTube, you can ask your friend to choreograph your dance piece for you, but make sure you know your dance well. Just a side story, when we had auditions for Rent, someone came in and danced a number from Just Dance. And the director actually knows the dance, and he was like, this dance is familiar. So if you're really desperate, go on your Just Dance or whatever dance game you have and just memorize a certain dance. I mean, it'll work because you master the dance. Personally, when we have auditions and I'm part of the audition panel, what I like seeing is someone who's confident with his or her body. I mean, you don't have to be the best dancer, you don't have to have the perfect lines and all that, but if you're enjoying the music and you're enjoying your movement, that's what I personally like seeing. So tip number 10. Now, for monologues, this is a bit tricky. It's kind of hard to find a monologue from a play. Or I'm not really so sure because I'm not really that familiar. I should read more plays, guys. You should send me recommendations. Comment below your recommendations so I can read them, guys, because I love reading scripts. So if you have suggestions, comment them down below. I would love to read your musical suggestions or play suggestions. So let's go back to monologues. When you're going to choose a monologue, make sure it's short, alright? You want to make sure it's around a minute or two, max 2 minutes long. Make sure you practice your monologue, have it memorized, and at the same time, add life to it. It's just like singing, only there's no notes for it. If you have problems, for example, like ambulol and stuff, practice tongue twisters. I mean, that's a good way to loosen the tongue, you know, and that's a good way to warm up your mouth. But yes, practice, practice, practice. I cannot emphasize this enough. So for the auditions, again, I guess the last few things I want to share with you. Make sure you know the requirements. Make sure you know if they're requiring you to sing, to dance, to do a monologue. You have to know the size of the picture that they require. What else? Have your audition book. Okay, I know you're all like, what's an audition book? So I will share my audition book in my next video. Yes, guys, I'm going to have an audition series. Make sure to subscribe so that you're updated with the videos that I post. So anyway, going back, find out the requirements, research, rehearsing everything is so important, guys. You have to master your song, your dance, your monologue, alright? And I guess the last thing I want to say is, be yourself. I know I said earlier to find a character you want to play, and I said to look for songs that are similar to the character's songs. I personally believe in bringing yourself to that audition room and showing the audition panel who you are and what you can bring to that role. So that's it. Those are my 10 tips. Yes, I think 10. 10 tips for how to prepare for an audition. So if you like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and to subscribe below. Again, I will have an audition series where I'll be talking about an audition book, songs for sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses, and what not to sing. I will be talking about the audition process, the different kinds of processes I've had as a freelance theater actor, because some companies have their own processes and I want to share them with you. I won't tell you which company does what during an audition, but I will tell you what to expect during an audition so that you're ready for it. Also, I'll be talking about what else do I have in my audition series. I will also have an audition self-care. What you can do physically for yourself to prepare for an audition. So that's it for this video. I'll see you on my next one. Mahal ko kayo. Bye!